Hello everyone, I'm Rob Smith, the Smith of the Black Channel here, Ticker Talker, and I got snowed out yesterday, so sorry I missed you on that one. But here we go. So what do we got going here? It's the second day of the week, and if you look at the SPY here, you're going to see yesterday gaps up just a little bit, upper left, gaps up just a little bit, and then comes back in, and now we gap down a little bit, but just starting to fight back. So not doing too much as the futures, and you can see here in the upper middle, right here. Potential outside week, right, if we want to come back through here. But this would have to change on the daily. We'd have to retake this opening of today. Otherwise, we're in conflict. It's red on the week, but green on the day. So the opening today in the SPY was 390.42. So for the rest of the day, going to keep an eye on that level here. And you can see in the 60 here in the lower left. Get stuck in here, right? And so 2 hours, and now working on 3 hours in the opening range. So we always want to be judging the broader averages versus each other. And you got QQQ. Here a little weaker, potential outside week once again on the upper middle, all right? And here now right on the day, it just not very, right? Just kind of sitting there. So the diamonds showing us the strength by staying inside on the 60 down lower middle. So we still want to get out of these opening ranges. Otherwise, we're just kind of sitting here in purgatory. From the looks of some of these stocks, you'd think this market was really getting whacked, but it's not. It's just down a little bit. And if you go to small cappers, see down a little bit, and that's already taken out last week's low, so a little bit weaker there, and now inside on the 60 with the diamonds, so we'll see what goes on there. We get a lot of tech weakness, but to start off, Amazon not doing too much, but certainly showing some relative strength comparatively, albeit still an inside week and not doing much on the month. If we go to Home Depot, and Home Depot coming up here, and you can see back upper left, back through a previous range, we like that, and then here, going outside on the week, in the upper middle, still green on the month, and got some room for some more highs, so we'll see if we can get through this 60 here. When inside in the 60, poked up a little bit, still in this opening range like so many things. If we go to JCI, and JCI, you can see this, lower left, opens and then goes boom, outside bar, and now we're still expanding that rejection. So whenever you see this outside bar, it rejected the sell off down into here, and then boom, back through the previous range. Stops are going to go here, take them all out. We'll see if that sets up again for you. Let's see what that 30 looks like. Here now you got an inside 30, so we'll see if that can take this out or stay and give us another 30 here. So if we go to Tractor Supply, and Tractor Supply, one of the things we look for mid-month, nice and green on the month, lower middle. That's good. And starting off yesterday, started off the week positive and now follow through on a Tuesday. That's what we look for, right? So here it is. Just got some exhaustion risk by going to new highs, and we'll see if that sets up maybe an inside 30 or something like that for you. Here you can see that one inside 30 right here. And off she goes. We'll see if that sets up. CLPS. And CLPS, gaps and holds. If we go to 60, see this. Tried to have an inside 60, tried to go down, but then rejected. And as soon as this goes green here, we're going outside bar, which it is. Now it's going to try and start gunning toward the highs. We'll see if that can set up again for you. If we go to MMC, Marsh & McLennan, here. Having a nice little day here, and you can see it started off the week as a rev strat. Inside bar, pokes down on Friday, and boom. Right back up and still going. And if that works, we always want to see other time frames. What would that cause? And you can see this here on the month. 2 down, 2 back up here. Over 116.81. That's good for the rest of the month there in MMC as long as it's above that. We've got EH. EH stuck in here on your 60s. Got clobbered yesterday. And now just trying to come back a little bit. We'll see how it gets outside of this cluster of 60s here if it can start going again. If we go to Wells Fargo, and Wells Fargo backing off now, and so we'll see. You do have your Momo Hammer weekly, but it does its job. It takes this out, upper middle. Does that job. Now starting to come in off the 60, so we'll see if that can set up again. Right now backing off. If we go to Dxcm, Dxcm, you can see this pokes down just a little bit, and it goes outside bar, 313 Motor City Madhouse. And if that works, right, you're taking out last month's highs, and now you're going after this weekly high. And you can see anybody who got short last week, hoping this thing rolls back down, go and jam them right here. As soon as this takes this out on the weekly over 415, still working on that is Dxcm. If we go to KLIC, and some exhaustion risk, but you can see goes back to the highs. Let's see if we had a nice 30 in there maybe for you. Here you go. You let it come in. You go inside on the 30. 2, 1, 2, and off she goes. Now coming back up here, like I said, mid-month, you want to see some nice long green bars, and you got that on that monthly there. If we go to BPMC, BPMC coming back in a little bit, but you can see here the outside day coming back to this previous range. Then if you go to the upper middle, potentially an outside week if this thing keeps going. Right now backing off just a tad. We do have a little bit of the pandemics coming back here. Your Marriott's a little bit taking out last week's high, Momo Hammer style, going after the month here in the lower middle. Above this, above 132.19, would get this thing going on a monthly basis. Broader average is still looking a little lethargic over there, but you have Gsky. And Gsky, here you can see in the upper middle, the inside week to the upside. That's nice. And then today you came in, you had nice inside day to trigger that. And then you wait for the corrective activity, and here you go. Comes back down on the 30, and boom, right here, 2-2 back up, right here, and off she goes. If you go to the 60, probably going to be inside there too. Yep, the outside bar. Inside, pokes down. As soon as this goes green, we're going to take out this thing because we know outside bars exist. Still skirting the highs. Go to Nectar. And Nectar, just a doji now here, but was up nicely before, so we'll see. Really, more the downside, you've got your Reddit boys going to Capitol Hill tomorrow. GameStop still just bleeding out slowly, and BB, tough times over there. But one of the things that we noticed this morning was SMH. In SMH, you're going to notice here in the upper left. Yesterday it pops up and then boom, 2-2 reversal back down here for the potential outside week. And what's been great about the semiconductors, we've been talking about this for a while, a few weeks anyway, there's been a lot of simultaneous breaks. And what do I mean by that? So you can see here in the upper middle, that shooter 2-2 reversal week, and almost everything in there did that. Right? Then last week, we had our inside week to the upside. Almost everything in there did that. And today, you've got this. 2 up, 2 down. Almost everything over there is doing that, and so that makes it a lot easier to identify where you want to be. So you look at stuff like AMAT. Here, 2 up, 2 down on the second day of the week, right? Because the second day of the week also means you're going to now have continuity going back the other way. See, it's red on the week now on a 2-2 reversal with AVGO. 2 up, 2 down. You see for the potential outside week. So keep an eye on these for the rest of the week. You've got LRCX. LRCX fighting back a little bit, but it is still 2 down. We'll see if anything comes of that. Teradyne, a little better there. 2 up, 2 down. Which is something you want to look for because it tells you that they're selling them across the board. Right? It's not company specific. MU the same. If we go to Corvo, like so, the 2 up, 2 down, and back through, so we can keep an eye on those for the rest of the week. If we go to Apple, and Apple, RevStrat week here, upper middle, inside week, pokes up, and then back through. All right, so this now inside on the 60 here, down the lower middle, so we'll see either side of that. And the hopes would be if this really works, then you take this month out. Last month's lows, you got some distance on that. It's down at 125.67, but we'll stay aware of that level. If we go to Wingstop, Wingstop coming back to the previous range and getting lumped, right, after slightly going into the highs. And so here, it started to puke here, right? You can see this, it opened at 156.19, and so once it starts doing this, we're looking for an outside week as soon as it does that, right? And that was going to be below 149.47, which you got, and then some, right? So far, so nice. Right now, it's trying to recover a little bit. We'll see if that rolls back over for you. If we go to the home builders, XHB, and XHB, once again, last week, the inside week, slightly the upside. Now, the RevStrat week back to the downside here below this. Inside bar, attempt at one side, and then failure below here, below 63.59. You're there right now, and you can watch that with ITB also doing the similar like so, and you can look at something like Lennar. here, and the Lennar giving you the outside week here by taking out both sides, then the 2 up, and then back through this. So ideally we want to come down and take this thing out, eventually below 81.50, trading 86.52. We'll see if they can finish that one off for you. Rotor average is still just kind of lethargic here, watching to see if they can get out of those opening ranges. If we go to Pulte Home also, Pulte doing the same thing, the inside bar, the poke up shooter, and then back down through, so we can keep an eye on that as well. Also now inside in the 60 in the lower middle. If we go to Car, and Car having a rough day here, and you can see this inside weak, upper middle, pokes up and then comes right back through. Right here, you can see your broadening formation right here. Comes back through all these guys, right? Outside bar style. Now we'll see if that gets any worse. Maybe give you an inside 60. Still handling an inside month, so be aware of that as well. If we go to BE, and BE, it's again the pattern we look for. The outside bar, take out both sides, upper middle, take out both sides of these things. Then it pokes up and then boom, these two become an outside bar of all this, you see? So there's your broadening formation on your daily, your higher highs, your lower low. Question is to see if it gets any weaker. Potentially on the month you can go an outside month if they want to keep hammering this thing right now. You can see in the 60 going 2-2 back up to try and stabilize a little bit. If we go to AI, you might recall AI from last week because here, upper left, inside day to the upside, which triggered the inside week to the upside, which triggered the inside month to the upside. But then you come in this week. Now you got your rev strat. Inside bar, pokes up, and boom, back through. Here, as it breaks below this. 145.80, trading 139.72. That's still good for the rest of the week. If we go to Peloton. And Peloton, here you can see this. Yesterday, here's the inside week, inside week, right? And yesterday, slightly gapped above it, and then sets up the compound outside bar. See, this would have been an outside day, just ran out of time, and then boom, finish them off. And if that works, then we go to the month, and here's your reversal on the monthly below this, 139.02, right? So as long as it's below that, we're going to keep an eye on this thing to the downside. If we go to DY, and DY, once again on the weekly, 2 up, back down. Reversal, back through previous range. That's what we're looking for. We're going to see if we can take these guys out down into here. You got your higher high. Now we need our lower low for the broadening formation below 80.96. So you got a little bit more room on that. We'll see if that sets up. But also going to change that month red here below 82.45. You're there right now. If we go to SNPS. And SNPS, potential outside week here in the upper middle. Still green on the month, but you did that same pattern. You go up, that's a 2 up, even though it's red, and then boom, come finish the job, see if they want to get any worse down into here. If we go to FSLR, and FSLR here on the weekly, upper middle, 2 down, 2 up, boom. As soon as it takes this out, we're looking to take that out and hopefully more. See if you can get that monthly taken out down into here. The lower middle below 91.30, starting to recover a little bit. Like a lot of things, SPY coming up. Diamonds aren't officially inside 60 to the upside, so and the SPY is rev strat 60 to the upside as of right now. Slight poke down off to the inside bar, now coming up. Diamonds right now trying to recover off of this. Inside 60 to the upside. We'll see if that keeps giving some legs here. If we go to TTD. And TTD is trying to get that outside weaker to the downside. Right? The outside day yesterday and now below that. We'll see if that gets any worse or if it recovers here, right, on the monthly over 839.28. So you got some room on that to recover. If we go to Triple D. And Triple D not totally getting killed and now inside on the 60, but pay attention to this weekly here. All right, weekly. Now, you still bright green on the month, but anytime it's below this gets my attention on the shooters back down below 45.56. You're there right now. We'll see if that sets up again for you. If we go to FedEx, run out of time here, FedEx. And FedEx is trying to get out of this thing, but then here, once again, daily, 2 up, 2 down, back to previous range for the potential. Outside week, and keep an eye on that with UPS. Here's UPS trying to take out last week's lows. And you can see the broadening formation plain as day here on the daily. Higher high. Now see if it's going to be weak enough to stay below all this type of stuff in here. Just a couple more here. We'll go to EXAS. EXAS, once again, slight poke up. And then these two become an outside bar of all that. And there's your outside week. Let's see if I took out the highs of the week. Yep, outside week already taking care of business. We'll see if that can change that back red. And ride. Oops, ride. And ride, once again, here's that inside week. Pokes up, boom, rev strat weaker, back down. These two become an outside bar of that. We'll see if it gets worse down through here. Now you're changing that month back red, so you can keep an eye on that for the rest of the week. All right, that's going to do it for today. I'm Rob Smith, the Black Channel here at Ticker Target with Strat Time Report.